Aintree Festival is just around the corner. We got the Aintree Hurdle, question marks about Constitution Hill and who is running in this race. And we also have the big one, the Grand National on Thursday. In this episode, I'm going to discuss some things Aintree, but mostly it's going to be dedicated to my weekly review of my horse racing service, my private betting service, and how it performed. We're going to go through this first, but stick around for the Aintree stuff as well. I really like these videos. Transparency is very key in an industry which has, let's be honest, very little transparency and a lot of bad actors. Maybe 95% of people in this space are bad actors. But I am transparent. Everything's above board. Every bet is recorded, okay? And again, I really like these weekly reviews. It gets people engaged, and I can be honest with people, and I can let people see how I bet and how my clients got on. So, we're going to do a review from the 23rd, the Sunday of March, and this is going to lead all the way up till, wait for it, Monday the 31st of March. So the 23rd till Monday the 31st of March, right? So, we're going to start off, weekly review, how my private betting service got on. And then we're going to go on to the Aintree stuff, so just stick around for it, okay? Sunday, the 23rd of March, we had a no-bet day. There was just no value, okay? There was no value, so we don't have to play. This is very, very important in this game that you have no-bet days, okay? So we started off with a no-bet day, right? And then we get on to the 24th of March. 24th of March, Monday. We had one bet. One bet, first time out runner, Bint, Elnadim Star. We backed this one at 6-1, SP 17-2. I did have question marks. Am I going to put this selection out or am I going to leave it? And I did send the horse out in the end. It's a first time out 3-year-old. She's a nice filly. She's a really nice filly. Billy Lockname was on this one. She's shown a little bit at home, and I thought she had better form from at home than what had been shown by the other runners in the race. However, she was very green from the start, and she really had to get revved up early on, and she just could never get into contention. She got taken off her feet early. She was very green. She'll come on a ton for this. She will come on a ton for this. She finished 5th, but she's a really nice filly, so you want to get this one in your tracker. Bint, Elnadim Star. This one ran in the 5:30 Wolverhampton, 6-1, SP 17-2. Really nice filly. Then we get on to Tuesday, the 25th of March. We had two strong pieces of information at Hexham. Really good contact, this one. The first selection was the 220 Hexham. We had a 14-1 shot, SP 100-30, Noble Affair. Got this from my top contact. We backed this at 14s, SP 100-30. It was 10-1 on the show, and they backed this all the way down to 100-30. William Maggs took this one to the front, tried to make all. Was a bit keen. I didn't think he got the fractions right early mid-race, and this told. He got headed before the hill when they turn in, and then he just weakened before the last into 7th. But they really went for this. The money was on, 14-1 into 100-30. The money was on. And the way this one was ridden as well, they're all ridden like even money shots. They're all ridden. They're all off their life. And we also had the second selection at Hexham. The 420, we had Hourless. We backed this one at 33-1. Put this one out overnight, and it was very, very popular. Went as low into around 16-1. Drifted out a little bit the next day and in the morning, and did return 33-1 SP. Was prominent throughout. John Dixon, the £7 amateur, took the ride. Loomed up around the bend, and I actually thought we had a chance of winning. Was in third when looming up. I thought we had a real chance, and again, just weakened at the last into 6. We're only being 8 lengths, so ran a lot better than the form would suggest. And this was his best run in years. I've been lined up for a while. Again, 33-1 and 16-1. These are big prices. And I must reiterate people that we're not backing short price favourites here. And you can tell with the way the horses are ridden visually as well. If you know racing, like you know how a 100-1 shot looks or a 50-1 shot. These horses aren't running like 33-1 and 16-1 chances. But we've had 3 losers so far, all unplaced, but they're all big prices, 6s, 16s and 33s. We're not backing short ones. We get on to Wednesday, the 26th of March, with 2 bits of information running today. The 245 market raising, Body Groove, 6-1, SP 8-1. Everything went wrong in this race. Everything went wrong. Joshua Thompson was on board. Keen early, wide throughout. Just listen, even 4 wide turning in, we still had a lot of horse there. It's a long stretch. And the eventual winner was on the inside throughout, up the back, and got a clean run up the inside. We're 4 wide. And listen, we fell at the last when clear in third, so that would have landed the each way money. But I don't think it was the best ride. And I think with a better ride, I think we could have finished closer to the front two. I'm not saying we could have won, but it wasn't the best ride. But there's nothing I can do about that. We were on the right horse. The horse was trying, just it didn't get the best ride. On to the next one, the 455 Kempton, Man of La Mancha, 6-1 SP 11-2, was prominent throughout. Hector had this one in the right spot, had every chance, finished third. We're not getting anywhere near the winner, Marvel Man. The Marvel Man looks quite smart. I would probably say Man of La Mancha needs a step back up in trip to maybe a mile 4, mile 6. On the free run so far, this thing needs a mile and a half, mile 6. Slight loss on the day. With the faller at the last, but we keep on going. Like, not every horse is going to win. People need to understand that. We only need 1 or 2 big ones to win per month, a couple of big places, and we make profit. That's what we're here for. We're not here to back 25-1 winners every single day, because that's just not going to happen. You need to be realistic, all right? It's about long-term profit. On to Thursday, the 27th of March. 350 Wolverhampton. We had Anglesey Lad, 6-1 SP 11-4. Again, top class information. This one at Wolverhampton. Holly Doyle was on board this. We smashed it. 6-1 into 11-4. Low grade classified stakes. Was top rated. Holly on board. Similar to the day before, we had absolutely no luck in running. We chopped off after a furlong, let the horse up. Holly's got a ton of horse at the 2 furlong pole, but she got stuck behind a wall of horses, couldn't get out, and then the winner came on the outside, 100-1. I think it was about 250-1 BSP. Unbelievable. And we finished 9th there, but I'll tell you, if we got a clean run, I think we would have went close. But again, wasn't the best ride in my opinion. I like Holly Doyle, I'm a fan of her, but we didn't get the rub of the green there, let's put it that way. And on to the last one. On Thursday, we had the 540 Southwell, Ted's Friend, 13-2 advised, SP 5-1, 4 places. There was a few non-runners in this race. The race caught up quite bad. The winner's absolutely bolted up. Not a horse to be trusted though, but next time out. But did win easy enough. Our selection, Ted's Friend, I mean, could never get into the race. The winner's absolutely bolted up. We finished 4th in the end. It was a tough day on Thursday. The Anglesey Lad was a bad one, because I think with a clean run, I think we would have went close. But listen, that's racing. There's ups and there's downs, you know. And then we get on to Friday, the 28th of March. We had 2 info horses on Friday. First one was the 240 Fontwell. We had a horse called No Drama, 8-1 SP 9-2, 4 places. They smashed this one, and obviously the plan was to hold this one up and just produce this one late. Again, I knew this one was going to be held up, but we're 40 lengths behind the winner before turning in. We're 40 lengths behind the winner, and incredibly, I mean, the runaway leader who actually won the race, Fine Investment, held on. It's traded over 200-1 in running. Absolute madness. We've traded really short, around 7-4, 2-1 in running as well, as it looked like we were just coming through the beaten horses, as they say, and the pace would collapse. But our run sort of stopped at the last, and we finished 5th. We've probably made up about 30 lengths before turning in to the winning line, but again, 40 lengths behind, we're not going to be able to challenge the winner. That's a long bit of rope you've got to pull back there, especially at Fontwell. And the last selection we had on Friday was the 445 Weatherby. It was Snow Rocco. We backed this one at 8-1 SP 100-30. 8-1 into 130. That's a ton of money. There was a couple of non-runners in the race, but 8-1 into 130 is a big move. This one loomed up under Brian Hughes and just found one too good. It was slightly hampered turning in, and the winner got a breather in and kicked again, and we had a mistake at the last. We were unlucky. I think we would have finished closer to the winner. I'm not saying we would have won, but I think we would have finished closer with a clean run, and we jumped the last better. But as I say, both horses were absolutely smashed on Friday. We had No Drama 8-1, SP 9-2, which finished 5th, and we had Snow Rocco 8-1, SP 100-30, which finished 2nd. The info was good. We just never got the rub of the green that day. And then we got on to Saturday, the 29th of March, and again, we had 2 info horses here. We had the 230 Stratford. We had Philly Fudge 20-1, SP 17-2, and you guessed it, 2nd again. second again. Prominent throughout. We traded really short and running, like really short and running. We just couldn't pick the leader up. David Noonan had this one in the right spot, but the winner, Unnamed, got first run for John O'Shea. Nice profit in the place, but this is one that got away in my opinion. This is from a good contact of mine. We've had one other horse that ran at Southwell the other week, which Rock Hunter from the same contact, same stable, couldn't get a run at Southwell. And this one, the winner's got first run, but nice profit. But I think this is one that got away. And we had one other horse on Saturday as well, a Utuxeter in the first race, the conditional race. Indian Tiger, 50 to 1 SB 18s. Top contact, this one. This is a different contact from the other Saturday selection. Attempted to make all, and in turning in, we've traded 2 to 1 in running. We backed this at 50s. We're traded 2 to 1 in running, and we've just weakened at the last into fourth, and we backed this one 3 places. We're not beat far in the end. We're 9 lengths behind the winner, but again, we're backing 50 to 1 shots, and anyone who backed that horse, I mean, we've traded 2 to 1 in running for a reason, because this horse looked like the winner turning in. We've just weakened out of it, and this just goes to show, like, we're backing 50 to 1 shots, 20 to 1 shots like Philly Fudge, and these horses are ridden like 6 to 4 even money shots. And the key here is that obviously we have the place there, the place angles, we're backing big prices. But yeah, it's top class information. 50 to 1 shots ridden like even money favourites. We just hit the crossbar a little bit on Saturday, and then we get on to Sunday. No bet day, Sunday the 30th of March. Important to have these, just like the weekend before. Obviously, sometimes there is bets on Sunday, but it's just worked out this time. There was no bets. The stuff in Ireland, it wasn't great. There wasn't a lot of value, a lot of non-runners as well, small fields. So this wasn't any value. So it's important to have no bet days. And then we get on to the last bet of recording, the 31st Monday of March. Give up your old sins. 16 to 1, SP 18 to 1. You guessed it again. Second. It's getting a bit silly now. We've had a lot of big prices finish in second. 20s, now 18s, with a 9 to 1 shot. With a 50 to 1 shot, just missed the money as well. Tracked the leader throughout. Made a big move 2 out. The long stretch at Newcastle. And traded 4 to 7 in running. Just found the winner too good. And we're unlucky. But all I can really say is that last week we were definitely unlucky. We had a lot of big prices just hitting the crossbar. Snorroco was unlucky at 9s. Philly Fudge was unlucky at 20s. And Give Up Your Old Sin, 16 to 1, 18 to 1, all finished second. And the 50 to 1 shot we had Indian Tiger on Saturday as well. On another day, that one could have won, or at least held on for a place. But we just never really got the run by the green last week. But it happens. Yeah, it happens. So 6 to 1 third, 8 to 1, 20 to 1, and 18 to 1 all finishing second. And with a 50 to 1 shot, the traded 2 to 1 and running finished fourth. But listen, they're all big prices. There are going to be weeks where we're going to hit the crossbar. But anyone who is in my private service, and I've had hundreds of new paying monthly clients, you can see the way these horses are being ridden. They're not ridden like 6 to 4 shots or like even money shots that are being stopped. They're ridden like triers. They're all 100% trying. And that's what we want. And it's only a matter of time, variance and probability. Like, we're backing these big prices and they're shortening. We're going to hit a big winner soon. It's just a matter of time. Just need to keep backing the value and keep backing the triers. That's what this game is all about. So that wraps up the weekly review. From a P&L standpoint, it actually wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad because we had some huge prices placing. One winner would have certainly made the difference, but it's about long-term profit. If we keep backing 20 to 1 shots, it keep hitting the money. That's what we want. That's all we want. And now, we're going to get on to Aintree, okay? I'm going to do a quick little end to this video talking about Aintree. In my previous video, I specifically spoke about the Aintree hurdle and how I thought the race would entail, who's going to turn up, who's not. And obviously it has been confirmed that Brighter Days Ahead is not running now in the Aintree hurdle. She's going to run in Ireland. And I thought this was pretty obvious, like clearly, because King of Kingsfield was not declared in this race. And she's shown all her best form with the pacemaker in. That's where she shows her best form. And he wasn't in, so I thought it was highly unlikely that she was going to run. However, Gordon has put another runner in here, Wadu, who obviously won at the Cheltenham Festival. She's very interesting. I mean, she won the Martin Pipe. She's very interesting. She won very comfortably as well. And this is a massive improver. I mean, this horse is like, since moving from Sir Michael Stoute, I mean, she's unbeaten. She's won 4, 5, 6, 7. She's won 7 in a row. And she's won off 1-4-1 in the Martin Pipe. Going into the Aintree hurdle, she's going to have to improve again if she has to be competitive. I've had a lot of people message me saying, hey, I'm going to back Wadu each way. And I'll be real with people, right? I mean, she's rated 152 now. Constitution Hill's rated 175. So she's got nearly 2. She's got 2 stone to find with Constitution Hill. She's getting a little bit of weight. She's getting £7. But is that going to be enough to beat Constitution Hill? I'm not so sure. I think she's a massively improving mare. But I think she's still got a bit to find. And even looking at the race itself, it's a replica of the Champion Hurdle with the non-runner in the race that's absolutely killed it. It's killed it. Like, 7 runners. Like, I think we'd do it 7-1. It's pretty skinny now. And you're only getting the 2 places on offer. We've got Constitution Hill at 8-11. And we've got Lossiemouth in at 7-4. I think, and then you got the likes of Salvier at 40-1, who needs further. Take No Chances, 40-1, should be 100-1. Break My Soul, I mean, 50-1, that should be 1,000,000-1. I mean, I think it looks like a really bad race, and like, it's unfortunate because I think this is going to be an anticlimax. Because if Constitution Hill wins at 8-11, and the odds would suggest that he is the likely winner, it's just, there's no questions being answered here. Like, people keep saying this horse is better than Arkle, better than Istabrack, better than Hurricane Fly. Maybe 2-3 years ago, if he was able to fulfill his potential, and you take out Colic and he just kept winning and winning by 10-15 lengths, but you had that gap. The form this season has been pretty mediocre. He beat Lossiemouth at Kempton in the Christmas Hurdle. She didn't travel a yard. And people keep trying to say the argument Constitution Hill has already beaten Lossiemouth, but like, if you go back and look at that race and just take emotion out of the situation, if you back Constitution Hill, just take emotion out of the situation. Look at things objectively, right? Constitution Hill was trading 1-2 after a hurdle because Lossiemouth was off the bridle. A sharp track at Kempton, she didn't handle Kempton at all. She doesn't handle the flat track. She shows her best form at Cheltenham. And also the Willie Mullins stable were absolutely stinking at that time as well. There were a ton of favourites getting beat, odds-on favourites. So I've got question marks about the Christmas Hurdle form, and I think it's very difficult to say that's strong form. I think around Cheltenham, I would take Lossiemouth over Constitution Hill, especially over this trip, and even over 2 miles. I think the Mullins camp will be kicking themselves that they didn't put Lossiemouth in the Champion Hurdle, because that form that she reproduced in the Mayor's Hurdle, I think she would have had enough to beat Stateman and beat Golden Ace. Just being straight with everyone, she seems to come alive at Cheltenham, and obviously this race isn't at Cheltenham. She's back at Aintree. Is she going to is she going to chuck in another stinker like she did at Kempton, or is she going to fall like she did in Ireland? That's the question marks about Lossiemouth here. I think 7-4 is probably about the right price. I just couldn't back her because I've just not got a lot of trust in her, because you don't know when she's going to turn up. It's not, if it was at Cheltenham, you'd probably back her against the con, but not for me at 7-4. And then we get on to Constitution Hill, right? 8-11. I think he's probably about the right price, 8-11, because Brighter Days Ahead doesn't run. The likes of Wadu and Salvier, I've got £20 to find, plus Harry Skelton's runner, Take No Chance, got £30 to find. I think if Constitution Hill runs to 160 here, I think he's going to be very difficult to beat, because I don't think Lossiemouth can be trusted. And I think everyone knows, like, I'm not a big fan of Constitution Hill in his form. I think the horse is massively overrated, potentially, the most overrated horse in the history of National Hunt racing. But this isn't a good race. He's up against a horse that won the Martin Pipe off 140. It's got to find 3 stone to be competitive with Constitution Hill off level weights. It's a big ask. Like, that's a big ask, right? That's a big ask, right? Constitution Hill, right? Just to wrap this up, and what I think I'll be doing from a betting perspective. if he wins, right, I still think there's question marks to be answered. Because I don't think Lossiemouth can be trusted on this season's form. She's only ever shown her best form at Cheltenham. Woodoo is a handicapper. Potentially smart, but she's never run in this grade before. Salvier can't win. Take No Chances can't win. Break My Soul can't win off these ratings. I just think it's another anticlimax, and I think people will get carried away if Constitution Hill does win this race, because he's entitled to. The old Constitution Hill would win this by 10, 15 lengths, but I don't think he's the same horse, and that's what the statistical evidence would show this season. I think that if Constitution Hill does get turned over, I think that will put to bed all the sort of the hype and all the nonsense on social media about the con, and him being better than Frank, Alistabrack, Hurricane Fly. I think this is his Champions League final, Constitution Hill. If he gets beat off the likes of Woodoo or Salvier, no one can say this horse is the greatest of all time. Like, this complete nonsense. And he's going to be, what's he going to be, nine next year as well? I mean, this is his last chance. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins this and he gets retired. I think this could be his last race, Constitution Hill. He's going to win and then retire him. I mean, look at Nicky Henderson. A lot of his horses don't race on long. I mean, you've got the likes of Sergino. He's gone. They don't like to risk them. And listen, Constitution Hill is a quality animal, and they wouldn't want anything to happen to him. Like, if he falls here, they don't want that to happen. He won't race again. Like, they don't want this horse getting killed, and no one wants that horse getting killed. I think this will be the last time we're going to see Constitution Hill at Aintree this week. I don't think he'll race again next year. Yeah, I think it's too risky. Even if he wins, I think he'll get retired. But from a betting perspective, I think it's a really bad race. I think on the day, if a bookmaker will offer 3 places, I would be looking for potentially a Salvier or a Take No Chances to run on for a place. I think Woodoo's got a bit to find, and I think 7 to 1's too short. And 2 places, 7 to 1 isn't value. I think if you can get 3 places here, I think you maybe back one of the outsiders to run on for a place. That's how I would approach this, and just hope they finish third. And if one at the top of the market falter, then you've got second and third. That would be the way I would approach it. I haven't made a decision yet on what I'm going to do, but if I'm going to have a bet on the race, I will be posting it in my private Telegram group. And as I said earlier in this video, I've had a ton of new clients, hundreds of new paying monthly clients. If you want to get involved in my horse racing service, the link is in bio. You can drop me a comment or drop me a DM, okay? And going on to the big one, the Grand National, just to wrap this up. One more minute, okay, to wrap this up. I have picked out a horse in the Grand National. Currently a big price, 40 to 1, 33 to 1, 40 to 1 best price available. I think this one's probably going to go off about 16s, 20s on the day. So it will be a value selection. But the Grand National, again, it's an absolute lottery. I might be backing 2 or 3 in the race, and we'll split out the stakes to make it sort of one level stake. I won't be putting on level stakes on each selection. I'll spread it out, so I maybe got 3 running for me in the race, because it is literally a 40 runner handicap. That's how I'll be producing the race. But I have had good success in this race previously. We had Noble Yates, 80 to 1, tipped it up, and in the same race we had Santini at 66 to 1, finishing third, I think, third or fourth. So we had an 80 to 1 winner, and we had a huge price place, and we also had Vanillier the race before. I think it was in Corrick Rambler, beat Vanillier. We had 25, 33 to 1 we bet. But yeah, we've got the Aintree Hurdle. We've got the Grand National coming up. Got some quality racing. We've also got the flat season starting as well. We've got Doncaster, we've got Brocklesby winner. It's good to have the flat back. But a nice summer evening flat racing. I will be posting 2-year-olds and 3-year-old information pretty shortly. They usually wait for maybe 1 or 2 weeks so they can start handicapping them. Each stable maybe gets 1 winner, a couple plays, so then they can handicap in the home and know the true form. But again, this is the most profitable time of the year for my horse racing service. The 2-year-olds and the 3-year-old info is deadly. The most profitable time of the year for the horse racing service. If you want to get involved and join hundreds of paying monthly clients, the link is in my bio. And also, before you go, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe and like this video and comment below, what is your fancy in the big one, the Grand National, and are you backing Constitution Hill in the Aintree Hurdle? I look forward to getting more of you on board, and I'll be back soon, okay? Good luck.